Hello, everyone, and welcome to Retirement with Jim. This is my personal journey through my retirement, giving you tips and info, as well as my experience. Today, I want to talk about Generation X. It's your turn. Are you ready? If you like my content, please like, subscribe, share, and feel free to leave comments. I really appreciate it because it helps my channel grow. So with that, let's get started. So Gen X, are you ready? What have you done to prepare yourself? I'm a firm believer that you can retire, but it's going to take some effort. It's going to take, what are you doing to make sure that you are preparing and are prepared for your retirement? I know you don't want to work. None of us do. We want to enjoy that part of our life. So it really takes some preparedness on your behalf. Let's face it, pensions are a thing of the past. They're gone. 401k was a great way for companies to turn retirement into do-it-yourself, that you had to do it. Okay, it is what it is. So are you retiring? Do you have a company that you work for that you can get into a 401k? If you can, if you do, you should be in it. It's at least the very first step. There's a lot of things that are positive about the 401k, especially if you have a company that offers, for instance, an employer match. That's free money. And the sooner you get in, the sooner you are doing what you can do to start saving that money, the better off you are. Now, if you don't have access to a 401k, well, then maybe you need to do an IRA. There are still things you can do to save on your own and prepare for your retirement, your future self. You are saving for your future self. Now, I didn't do such a great job. I was living life, having fun, in my 20s, even into my 30s. I got started late in life. So I can tell you that, I retired on a modest income, a modest portfolio. But you know what? I was still able to do it. So it just goes to show you that it is available. You can do it. You can make it happen if you prepare. Social Security, maybe it'll be there, maybe it won't. Maybe the best plan for Social Security is plan as if it's not going to be there. And then if it is, that's just a pleasant surprise and adds to your income, and that's a bonus. But if you treat it as if it's not, and let's not do the woe is me, this is not going to be there. Nothing is ever guaranteed in life, that is for sure. But it's really up to you to go, okay, what am I doing? So it starts with budgeting. And it also starts with some self-sacrifice. You are going to have things that you need to say, do I really need to keep doing this? Or can I cut it back and do something in moderation so that you have, an opportunity to save more of that money and then wisely put it aside and put it into your retirement? These are the things that you need to look at. You can play catch up in your latter years. But it takes that first initial jump into the pool and get started. The water's fine. It really is. Look at this behind me. It's beautiful. These are what your days you want them to be. You want to be out there enjoying Mother Nature, activities and things you want to do, and that will bring you joy and happiness. So those are the things that, you say to yourself, I got to get myself on that path. I got to be, working towards that. Now, it starts with making a budget. The budget is the most crucial thing because you got to know where you're spending your money now. So where of the money you're spending now can you start saving? And a lot of people don't talk about sacrifice, but you have to make some sacrifices. Now, that doesn't mean that you give up everything just to simply save, and be a miser. No, you still want to live your life as I would encourage you to do and have fun, but take a good hard look at where you are. Let's just call it what it is. You're wasting your money and you're not getting a great return on it. It's not necessarily benefiting you. It's living in that moment, which is a good thing, but too much of a good thing can ruin what you are not preparing for down the road. So you've got to dedicate some of that money to your future self. Believe me when I say you do it, you will be so happy that you did, because you'll be like, oh my God, I can retire. I can go enjoy that part of my life. And you also have to ask yourself, well, if you don't, who will? You think the government's going to take care of you? No, probably not. You know, whether you have children or not. If you don't have children, well, then it's up to you. If you have children or family, are they in a position to help you? Probably not. They'll be struggling with their own lives. So you really have to say to yourself, this is on you. This is up to you. Start budgeting and then start, planning. What are you going to be doing and what do you want to do with your retirement? It's never too early to think about what you want to do with your life, in that time period. You want to be able to say, hey, I want to enjoy this activity. I want to go out and spend more time in Mother Nature, hiking, traveling, seeing places, that I never got to see, or doing some activities that maybe you didn't have time for when you were younger. So you then say to yourself, I'm going to make time for these things, whether it's, spending more time with family or enjoying the outdoors, taking up hobbies and activities that you enjoy. So, make sure that you are doing the things that you like to do and make some plans for it. So it's something that, you will be really happy that you took the time to do. So you have to then say, okay, so you got to put together yourself a plan. I got to know where my money's being spent. You got to put a budget together. You got to cut back on some of the expenses that you have now. You need to start getting rid of things like excessive credit card debt. A lot of us live our lives on these credit cards. And that's a very dangerous thing to do, because once you retire and you are in an absolute retirement budget, you will not have money to pay those debts back. It will just hurt you tremendously. Same with student loans. Student loans are not something that you want to carry into retirement. So you want to find a way, if you have a student loan, to get rid of it. Do what you can to figure it out. Get help if you need to. Ask for, some financial help from people that have that wisdom about what you can do. I don't have knowledge of that. I never had a student loan, so I can't speak to what that is and what it would take to get rid of that. But I certainly know that can be very harmful to your long-term retirement. And so you want and maybe need to get help to make sure that you are doing everything you can to make that retirement as enjoyable as possible. So along with getting rid of debt, then you start preparing, okay, what else am I going to do? And besides making the budget, you start looking at, your health. You're a generation that I think is a little bit more wise about your health and certainly more health conscious. So you want to prepare yourself by staying healthy and doing things that will, benefit you from a health perspective. So make sure that you are as healthy as possible. Hopefully you don't have any chronic health issues, but if you do, there's another whole reason to retire and get out and enjoy the time that you have, what you have. So keep in mind, and it's also about a positive mindset. I hear a lot of, well, I'm never going to be able to retire and this isn't going to be there and that's not going to be there. Well, maybe some of those things won't be there. That might be true, but most things in life are never guaranteed. Absolutely never guaranteed. So you have to start doing this for yourself. You have to put in that effort and you have to work towards making sure that you are doing everything you can for yourself. Because believe me, no one's going to do it for you. So make sure that you are having a positive mindset that says, you know what, I am going to retire. I am going to do it. Stay away from the negative because you know what, those things, negative is just going to attract that negative. And if you keep telling yourself you're not going to, well, then you're probably going to make that come true. And working the rest of your life is just not something you want to do. Believe me. So have a positive outlook on it. Say to yourself, put a plan in place. I am going to retire. I am going to do this, and I am going to enjoy that part of my life. So with that, I'm going to sign off and tell you that I will